It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
The Raven first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Oh, boy, this isn't what you want to see. That's Todd Gurley, folks. Down on the field still. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18.
Number 88.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
First down, Ravens.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw again is Jackson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. A'Shawn Jackson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
Boy, did they ever. And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 49-yard line.
Jackson on 1st down. Now there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
22 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Bernardrick McKinney on the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson being chased out left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Jackson to throw. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Ravens 10, Eagles nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that'll be caught by the tight end, Key. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens 10, Eagles nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The tight end, Dalton Keene, the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Sunday.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Check 4.
From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deeper. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Jackson will throw again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. As the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Ravens 17, Eagles 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last touchdown drive, they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Peppers. A strong running. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 3rd and short. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From midfield now, here's Jackson on the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw out the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. It's caught inside the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Javon Hargrave busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon? Softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Wentz. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Here's Smith to return it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish, but you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
27.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Baltimore.
Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Ravens 31, Eagles 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Smith to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
You got nothing. Check back 40. Check back 40. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine. Not today, you are. Not today. Get up.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Pick up on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Jackson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10.
4-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Now Wentz. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Again they run with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on error.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game?
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Eagles 7.
Shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Tucker's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking up.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
On first down, it's Gurley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game. And he's got a 1st down.
1st down, Baltimore.
Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Check Mike 21. Watch the pass. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Report.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on first down and completing it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Today's final score.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the calendar changed. October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.